Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time. My name is Excel, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you about how I self-published a 20-page book in 1 week. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in this video I will be taking you through, like I have said before, how I self-published a 20-page book in 1 week. Guys, I did it. I finally self-published. We'll look through everything. We'll start from the beginning down to the end and just how you can do it exactly the same way I did it. So let's get right into it. The very first step to publishing is getting an idea, because you're going to write, so you need to have an idea. I had the idea for my e-novella back in 2017, so I had put some notes down for the story, but that doesn't mean I had it going. I just had the idea and did some little background work, nothing serious. Before we fast forward to this year, where I actually started doing the actual work on the story. So you really need to have an idea. This applies to whether it's a fiction story, it's a story about your life, you're writing something inspirational, whatever it is you want to write, get the idea. Then we move to the second point. Map out the turning points of your story. Now you can have an idea. This is my idea. I want to write a story. Like my story now, it's about Shiloh, a 29-year-old who had a very horrible experience 2 times in Nigeria. She moved abroad with her family, and now it seems like she has to move back to Nigeria. So what were the turning points? Obviously, from what I just said, you would see that the turning point is the horrible events that happened in her life. Another turning point is having to go back to Nigeria. So once you have an idea, even if it's just a 1-sentence idea, now you need to flesh it out. Think of the turning points. What are the turning points in this idea? What are the hooks? What would make someone more interested in this story? Where should I bend it? Where should I twist it? What do they want to hear? That's basically. So this is really just me telling you how I did mine, how I went through it all in 1 week. So this part, you have to do this quickly. On the first day, you have your idea, you map out the turning points, because we need to get moving, guys. We have 1 week. Second thing, you need to give time allotments to your writing. If we are going to complete this in 1 week, there's no time to waste. Some people would say they would write a page in a day or 2 pages. Like I wrote 20 pages, so I don't like to count with pages. I prefer counting with the number of words. So do I want to write 1,000 words a day, 2,500 words a day, and what does that mean for the total word count of my book? So you need to give time allotments to your writing. If we're in the second day of this week, today is the day we start writing. So map out, okay, I foresee this book is going to be 20 pages. That basically means around 10 pages of Word documents. So I'm going to write about 1,000 words or 1,500 words. You need to do the math quickly. So you have a quota and you stick to that quota. And you basically have to quota, like you have a quota based on when you're ending. We said 1 week, so you cannot, except you want to publish a 5-page book, which is also fine, totally fine. Moving on. After we have assigned ourselves quota, I want to believe you're going to write, fulfilling your quota every single day. Now, once you've done all the writing, we move to this very important part, which is make use of editing software. I recommend Grammarly, but don't listen to everything Grammarly says, because Grammarly likes to act like the boss of your writing. But you need to use an editing software. Grammarly, whichever one you can use, and you also need to learn about editing for story writing. How do you edit your books, especially for fiction? I can talk about fiction because it's something I know very well. You need to write in 12 points. You need to, have double spacing. You need to have a space before the start of a new paragraph. All these things, you need to learn about them, because while the next part I will tell you how you can publish once you have your Word document ready, but it's very good and very important to know these little things about editing, about adjusting your story and all that for publishing. Now we move to the next part. Finding an online publishing platform. You could have done this at the beginning too, while you were generating the idea of your story, but it's fine if you're also doing it at the end when you already have your story, because that's the same thing. I decided that at the end, when I already had my story, was when the hunt for a publishing platform or online publishing software started. I use Draft to Digital, but there are a number of others out there, Ingram Spark, and so many others you could use to, publish, get your Word document to look like a PDF file. No, sorry, get your Word document to look like an actual novel. Now, if you've not seen my story, I'll put a link in the description box. It's for free. I am not asking you to pay anything. I didn't publish it to sell it, and I'll be talking about that in my next point. So you could click the link and look at my story. You would see the editing format. You would see the way the pages look. You would see how it looks, like really beautiful all through, and I was able to use that with an online publishing platform. So this is something you could also do, and it works whether it's for fiction, it's a fiction story, it's something you're writing on your own. It's basically really good to use these platforms rather than just, you know, designing on Canva. Designing on Canva is nice, but there's still a lot of effort you put into designing on Canva, and if you're not up for that kind of mental effort and design skills, you might as well just use an online publishing software. The final point, which is publish. After getting an online publishing software, it's also good to find one that offers you ISBN, but that's also not the problem if you're publishing online, because like it's not a hardcover book, so it's fine if you don't publish with an ISBN. Now, once you have published, you need to download your file as an EPUB file or movie file using whichever online publishing software you use. I'll put some examples in the description box. I've mentioned some before: Ingram, Spark, and Draft2Digital. You can download your file in an EPUB format or a movie format. Now you can go ahead to now upload this on book sales platform like Kindle and Amazon. If you're in Nigeria, there's Okada Books, there's Bamboo Books, and there's a lot of other platforms for selling ebooks. Now we move to my final point, which is like how I got to where I am and how I was able to publish and my story. Basically, publish for free, guys. Publish for free. Like, I mean, it's a 20-page book. You wrote it in 1 week. I'm not downplaying your inspiration. I'm not downplaying everything, the effort you put into the book, but I'm just saying that if you want to start building a career or building a name in writing, you need to start with offering freemium. Freemium is basically products that are free. So for my story now, I published in 1 week and did all this, and I'm giving it out at no cost. It's for building an audience. I want people to, you know, read my book, find out, guess how they feel about it. Let me know, send me an email, reach out to me. What do you think about the story? Does this relate to you in some way? I really got a very nice review about the book, so I would put the review in the description box. So I really love when people, you know, read my stuff and send me reviews. That is basically how I published a 20-page novel, a 20-page novella in 1 week. And I hope you've learned something. Like I said, this is a fiction story that I published, but it could also, following these steps, could also apply to publishing for other things. It could also apply to publishing an inspirational book, publishing a non-fiction story, publishing poems, and, you know, different things like that. So yeah, I published for free. I am not asking you to pay anything. It's basically a freemium product, but you would get added to my mailing list. I think that's fair enough, isn't it? Okay, thank you guys for staying with me till the end. Thank you so much. If you really like this video, give it a thumbs up, smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Have you considered writing before? Are you interested in writing? Does publishing seem interesting to you in some way? Should I do more videos about writing and publishing? Let me know. Bye.